When you see that Mustang statue, you know it's time for John Jay Mustangs football. John Jay fired up and ready to take on the Tigers of Dripping Springs in a 6A D2 regional playoff showdown. Dripping Springs threw an interception in their own red zone, and Jay's Jackson Gutierrez capitalizes, finding his way into the end zone for 6. The Tigers would answer through the air. Jack Williams throws a 47-yard dime to Kyle Coach to tie the game at 7 apiece. After a Jay 3-and-out, Nick Tyndall bounces off defenders and dives for the pylon for another Dripping Springs touchdown. Dripping Springs would go on to win it 50-27, ending John Jay's historic season in the regional round. And in the 5A D2 nightcap, the undefeated Alamo Heights Mules battled the 11-1 Warriors of Piper. The Mules strike first. Colin Ernst's play action pass to Anderson Bogus is placed perfectly for the 14-yard touchdown. The Warriors answered back through the air. Watch closely as Piper's Jake Strachan rips the ball away from Michael Terry for the touchdown. Talk about taking things into your own hands. But Michael Terry would get his revenge, first by running in a touchdown to extend the Mules' lead. Then he snagged an interception in front of Strachan and returned it 40 yards for the pick six. It was a high-scoring affair. But in the end, Piper takes it by a final 53-46, advancing to the next round. College ball now. Texas A&M and Baton Rouge looking to end the year with a road upset over 14th-ranked LSU. Aggies lead by 3, but on the first drive of the fourth quarter, Jalen Henderson is intercepted by the Tigers' Greg Penn. LSU goes on to take over at its own 39, and 2 plays later, Heisman candidate Jaden Daniels tosses a beautiful ball to Brian Thomas for the touchdown. Under 8 to go, LSU is up 11 until Henderson hits up Max Wright for a 51-yard catch and run to the house. But Daniels just kept dealing. The Aggies fall 42-30. Both teams await bowl bids due out December 3rd. All right, more scores around college football. There are plenty, but 2 key ones. Oklahoma State earns a date in the Big 12 championship game with a double OT win over BYU. And in Big 10 action, Michigan beats Ohio State. OSU threw a pick on the last drive of the game, ruining its chances to walk it off. Well, the UTSA football team came up 1 game short of advancing to the AAC championship game with a 29-16 loss to number 18 Tulane yesterday. The Roadrunners still had a chance to make the conference title game, although coming into today, SMU controlled its own fate and the Mustangs beat Navy to secure the spot. UTSA disappointed with its performance against Tulane. 5 turnovers the Roadrunners had in the defeat.
We can't get any more disappointed than we are right now. Worked our tail off to get here and didn't play well.
It's just a lot, a lot of emotions going into it. We started our season so bad to have a 7-game win streak, to finally ending it right now. And the way we play make it look a lot worse on the offensive end.
UTSA now awaits its bowl game fate, and later in this show we'll hear from Texans rookie QB CJ Stroud to find out where his head is at before tomorrow's huge game against the Jaguars, where the division lead is on the line.
It's a big one. It's going to be good.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mary. Coming up next on the Nightbeat, the latest on that fiery crash at the U.S.-Canada border, the identities of the people who died, and an update on that investigation. Plus, tired of your phone charging cable breaking? In just a few minutes, we're going to show you what to look for when picking the right charger. A Bexar County Sheriff's deputy assigned to protect Judge Peter Sakai, accused of flashing a gun off duty while confronting a teenager in front of a home.
The whole thing was just out of control. I thought he was going to harm me and my family or something over a guy going slow and me honking at him.
KSAT investigates Dylan Collier uncovered footage and law enforcement records from a traffic dispute that escalated.
So I was coming home from the store because my mom sent me to get something.
This 17-year-old asked that we call him Kyle to protect his identity. Heading back with groceries late in the evening, July 6th, Kyle says a minivan in front of him was driving less than 10 miles per hour.
And I honked at him, and then he kept on going slower as we were entering the street. So I honked, I rolled down my window, and I yelled, "F and move," which was pretty stupid. But I was impatient. I was trying to get home.
Surveillance footage obtained by KSAT Investigates shows the van drive past Kyle's home and pull into a neighbor's driveway just as Kyle arrives. Moments later, the van pulls away as a dark-colored SUV stops in front of the house.
He pulled up. He rolled down his window, said, "We have a problem." I said no.
A subsequent Selma police report, which identifies the driver of the SUV as Bexar County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Hunt, states that Hunt showed up to the home because the teenager was honking at his father. Hunt was captured on camera delivering this message to the teen. The report shows the confrontation intensified, with Hunt getting out of his county-registered vehicle and refusing to leave, despite being asked to leave by the teen's mother multiple times. Hunt, according to the report, pulled up his shirt to reveal a silver gun.
He kind of pulled back his jacket and showed that he had a firearm and displayed it, made it apparent, like, calm down or shoot you.
Hunt eventually left after the teen's mother said her husband was in law enforcement. The family then called police. Selma police responded to the home and took a report. Its chief said the agency did not open a case because no criminal offense was committed, and everything was instead turned over to the sheriff's office. The hostile confrontation took place weeks after Hunt was assigned to the security detail for Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai. A spokesman for Judge Sakai declined to make him available for an interview after KSAT refused to fill out a reporter vetting form that asked for questions ahead of time. In a statement, the sheriff's office says Hunt continues to be investigated by Internal Affairs and by its Public Integrity Unit, the division responsible for investigating criminal allegations against BCSO deputies.
This was your first interaction out in the public with law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
How does that make you feel to have this kind of be your introduction to law enforcement?
I know how they're supposed to act, and I think he just took it way too far and was very unprofessional, and he's not supposed to be representing them that way.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Well, tonight, the Minneapolis police officer convicted for the murder of George Floyd is recovering in the hospital after being stabbed in prison. Derek Chauvin was stabbed by another inmate yesterday in an Arizona prison, leaving him seriously injured. The AP reports the prison has been plagued by security lapses and staffing shortages. Right now, Chauvin is serving a 21-year federal sentence for violating George Floyd's civil rights and a 22-and-a-half-year state sentence for second-degree murder. This comes after the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear an appeal of Chauvin's murder conviction on Monday. His lawyers claim he did not get a fair trial. Well, the husband and wife who died in the car explosion at the U.S.-Canadian border have been identified. Niagara Falls police say 53-year-old Kurt and Monica Villani from Grand Island, New York, were in the 2022 Bentley when it crashed at Rainbow Bridge on Wednesday. Investigators originally thought it might be a terrorist attack, but now just believe the speeding car hit a curb and the guardrail. The vehicle then went airborne, leading to that fiery crash and dramatic video. The incident led to a massive law enforcement response on a busy travel day, but has now been ruled to have been an accident. Customs and Border Protection reopened the border crossing Thursday night. Well, after the break, you plug in your phone into the outlet, but it doesn't charge. That's just one of the signs you may need a new charger. Find out how to pick one that'll last. That's next. All right, how often does this happen? You unplug your phone from the charger just to find it didn't charge because the cable was broken. So how do you know which ones will last? 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz has test results to see how the cheapies compare to the pricier ones.
Charging cables can take a beating. So how do budget cords from Amazon, Five Below, and Walmart stack up against cords from Apple and Samsung? Consumer Reports bought 7, ranging from $4.88 to $29.
We found the best of the bunch could last more than 6 years, while the worst may not even make it 6 months.
They estimate we all bend and twist our cords 5 times a day. So using that number, they then calculated how many bends and twists a cord would have to endure to last a year and a half. They did that using this motorized rig to repeatedly bend one end into a 90-degree angle until it stopped working. Then the rig twisted each cord more than 2,500 times.
All the cords passed the twist test, but only 2 passed the bend test.
The cords that did the worst, the Bitech USB-C cord from Five Below died before 710 bends. And the Lightning cords from Amazon Basics and Walmart's On brand died before 796 bends. Walmart's On USB-C cord did better, hanging on twice as long. The ones that did the best were Apple's Lightning cord for iPhones 5 through 14 and Amazon Basics USB-C cord for the iPhone 15, Androids, laptops, and tablets. Both survived more than 11,000 bends, meaning they could last you more than 6 years.
The bottom line here, you can't always rely on brand or price or something like thickness when choosing a charging cord.
That's because Apple's $29 cord and Amazon Basics' $6 cord did the best. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
I have a bone to pick with some chargers I've had. All right, retailers welcome Black Friday's traditional start of holiday sales, but might be anticipating Cyber Monday even more. Adobe Analytics is predicting $12 billion in revenue for the upcoming online shopping-focused day. That's expected to outpace Black Friday spending. So-called Cyber Week, which also includes Thanksgiving and Black Friday, is expected to generate more than $37 billion in online sales. That would make a 5.5% increase for the same week last year.
My thing with chargers, yeah, exactly. My thing with chargers, though, I always forget them places. Like if I take them somewhere, like my friend's house or something, and I'm like, oh, I need to charge my phone.
And then you need to buy the cheapies, and they don't work as well.
Exactly. It's just a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yes, today was a great day to kind of stay inside with the overcast skies in place. It actually was a cooler than average day by 10 degrees because of that. And of course, the light shower activity that we had this afternoon and evening as well. 51 degrees, the low temperature was 59 this afternoon. That's all we were able to do in terms of our high temperature. Again, 10 degrees below the average for this time of year. A good chunk of the area staying in the 50s. Kerrville, Hondo, Uvalde, Rock Springs. Gonzales, though, did manage to climb into the mid 60s. It was 62 in Cotulla and 61 in Carrizo Springs. Now, as of right now, temperatures have not been able to fall a whole lot because of the cloud cover still in place. We're in the 50s, and yes, still a few low 60s out there as well. We've got a cold front that moves in tomorrow. Yes, that does look to spark up a gusty north wind for the back half of the weekend's plans, but also bring with us some colder temperatures. We'll talk all about it coming up in just a few.
I don't know if it's the weather, I don't know if it's the fronts, I know I'm having allergies, but I got that rasp going on.
Well, and so that's a good point to bring up, though, because mountain cedar showed up early this year. This past week, we had our first mountain cedar reading of the season.
Boo.
And I know, big boo from everybody, a collective boo, because we're going to see another front move in tomorrow, and that likely is going to cause more mountain cedar to work in for the start of the upcoming week. So I'm glad you brought that up, Courtney. That's something we'll continue to monitor when it comes to the pollen count here over the next several days. All right, looking ahead to the back half of the weekend, again, we are still expecting some spotty light showers in spots through the overnight. So wherever we do find those, likely is going to make for a damp start to our Sunday. But then we see that cold front move in between about 7 to 9 a.m. here in San Antonio. After that, it's going to be windy. Wind gusts upwards of about 30 to even 35 miles per hour throughout the first half of the day, and then starting to subside into the afternoon. Into the early portions of the upcoming week, cold mornings then follow 30s and 40s. We will see a bit more sunshine into the afternoon. Late week, though, that's when we're expecting another chance for some rain and another weather maker to work in to the Lone Star State. So again, here's the latest with the isolated showers that we have in place right now. We were monitoring that more notable shower out on the far west side. That is now crossed over 1604, moved across Culebra. Aurora. That's pushing over Bandera Road as we speak. Near Leon Valley, that's going to continue to work closer to Oakland Estates here over the next 15 minutes and closing in on the I-10 corridor up on the northwest side. A very light shower just north of St. Hedwig out there in far eastern Bexar County, and another little splash of rain approaching Brackenridge High School near downtown there as well. And of course, we're still monitoring these spotty light showers across our far southeastern counties near the Highway 181 corridor. It's not going to be for everybody overnight, but we've got that 30 to 40% potential for a few more light showers to work across the area. Then by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, a few more possible, especially south of San Antonio and across the coastal plains. We're already seeing that front work into the region. It's cleared the hill country by 7 a.m. That will continue to work its way farther off to the south. Winds pick up, but I do think we will see a few peaks of sunshine into the afternoon, helping temperatures warm into the upper 50s. It will still be a cool day for us here in San Antonio. The parent area of low pressure that's going to drag that front into the region is sitting across the central plains right now. You can see even some snow working across the upper Midwest. We've got winter storm warnings in place in Kansas. Winter weather advisory is stretching up towards Chicago as well as Omaha. Check out temperatures in the mid-20s in those places. Casper, Wyoming right now, 14 to 15 degrees. It is not going to get anywhere near that cold for us here in South Central Texas. But again, we do have those cold warnings in place Monday and into Tuesday, 30s and 40s expected before we start to warm things up ever so slightly into the second half of the week. But of course, before we can get there for your Sunday, starting off around 53 degrees with the cloud cover, then we'll see that front move through by mid-morning. A few peaks of sunshine into the afternoon, highs climbing into the upper 50s. Expect gusty north winds upwards of 30 to 35 miles per hour. You'll want the coat Monday and into Tuesday morning. Sunshine warming us into the low 60s by Tuesday. And then after that, we'll see another low pressure system work across the state, bringing with it a chance for some scattered rain by Wednesday night and into Thursday.
See if I can even speak tomorrow.
We'll see. Check back in.
Tune in just to see me try to read a script. All right. Thank you, Mia. All right, Barry, a big day for C.J. Stroud tomorrow.
Yes, C.J. Stroud in his first year has put the Texans in position to lead the AFC South halfway through the season. Tomorrow, Houston welcomes Jacksonville to town. Plus, the Spurs fell to the Warriors last night, and does Coach Pop regret telling fans not to boo Kawhi? Of course not. Coming up after the break. The San Antonio Spurs didn't completely fold under pressure against the Warriors last night. Jetty Osman made it a one-possession ball game with 21 seconds left. But Steph Curry, who finished with 35 points and 7 three-pointers, kept San Antonio from getting any closer as the Spurs dropped their 11th straight game. Long-range shooting was the problem for the Silver and Black in the loss. 25% from three for San Antonio compared to Golden State's 47%. Tomorrow at 7, the Spurs visit the defending champion Nuggets for the first time this year. Now, a couple of days removed from an eventful Wednesday, head coach Greg Popovich was asked if he regrets asking Spurs fans mid-game to stop booing former Spur Kawhi Leonard. His answer, absolutely not.
I felt sorry for him, and I was embarrassed for our city, for our organization. Now, don't get me wrong, our fans, they've been great. They've supported us all this time. That was kind of a one-off that night, but it's kind of an indication of the world we live in today. I mean, it was hateful. It was really disrespectful. And then on a practical level, it hurts us more than it hurts them, because it just pokes the bear and makes him want to stick it to you even harder, and that hurts your team. So it doesn't make any sense. It's unwise. So on every level, I have no regrets whatsoever.
All right, the college football regular season wraps up tonight, and it'll be Texas and Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship game. Yesterday, UT crushed Texas Tech 57-7 to clinch a spot in the conference title game. The Longhorns are 11-1 and 6-0 since their Red River rivalry loss to Oklahoma. And today, the Cowboys beat BYU in double overtime to lock in their position to play for the conference championship. OSU and UT will face off December 2nd at AT&T Stadium.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
The Houston Texans and Jacksonville Jaguars meet tomorrow for a Week 12 matchup that has major AFC South implications. Houston beat the Jaguars 37-17 on the road in Week 3, and a win tomorrow would move the Texans into first place in the division. Entering the week, C.J. Stroud and the Texans are on a 3-game win streak, while the Jags are undefeated on the road this season.
Yeah, Jacksonville team we knew was a really good team. Just had played the Chiefs and played them hard. And at that time, we were just desperate for a win, really. Just wanted to play as hard as we could and was able to get a dub, but that wasn't easy. They were a really good team, and we know that they're going to even bring it this week, too. So it's hard to beat a team twice, so we got to be on our A game, got to execute at a high level and handle the things that they do and focus on our execution. But, yeah, that team is very solid, from D-line and backers to DBs to people they bring in, they sub. They're really solid all around on defense and offensively, so we got to be able to execute and put points on the board.
It'll be a really good game. The two kick off at noon tomorrow at NRG Stadium. The Cowboys played on Thursday, and they don't play again until this upcoming Thursday.
Okay, tomorrow's game will have a lot of eyes then.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Mary. And we'll be back right after the break.